Today we discuss about mocking in Laravel. Mocking means suppose when we test an application controller, so within that for example one method is dispatching an event. So we don't want to execute that controller's method which dispatches that event. So we will be using mocking concept so that it will not be executed when we test a controller. So that process is called mocking. So excluding that particular event listeners or event dispatching controller methods, so that process is called mocking. There are different methods in this mocking. For example, mock method, partial mock method, spy method, should receive method, should have received method, and one more concept called mocking the facets. That means instead of mocking the generic controllers, so we will be mocking the entire facets. For example, cache get, so we are applying cache facet method facet, so we will be using mocking on that particular facet so that it will not be executed during the testing. And also if we use mock method, so we will be we will be excluding particular events or methods in that particular controller so that they will not be executed during testing. So if we use partial mock method, whatever the methods in that particular controller are mentioned in that partial mock method, so those will not be executed during the testing. If we use mock method, it's an entire object that will be mocked. If we use partial mock, so the methods which we are mentioning that parameters of that partial mock method, so those will not be executed. And one more method is called spy method. If we are using spy method, it is equal to, it is very similar to mock method, but recording will be done for each and every interaction between the spy and this testing process being executed. Testing controller is being executed. So and also it will return some particular assertions after testing. So this is the advantage with the spy method. And also same thing we can apply for the facets, mocking the facets. For example, cache facet, but there are some conditions when we use mocking concept for the request facet and config facet. For the request facet, generally we won't we won't use directly that request facet mocking, but instead of that we will be passing the input to the those request methods, that is get and post methods. And also config facet also we cannot directly mocking, we don't use mocking concept for that config, but we use set methods for that. And also there are suppose if we want to edit, if we want to modify the time which are returning by the helper methods provided by the Laravel. For example, we will be using different methods like freeze method, freeze time, freeze second, kind of methods we will be using. And also this is a carbon facet we can use to modify the time which is written by the Laravel helpers. For example, years method, days method, weeks method, hours method, also seconds method, milliseconds method, minutes method. So like that there are different methods available to modify the time written by the helper methods of Laravel. So this is a brief explanation about the Laravel mocking in 10.x. Thank you so much. This is Ravindar Reddy Yampalla alias the Universal Horse Star Vishwadharma. This is a small explanation by me about this Laravel mocking. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. You will come more updates regarding Laravel concepts. Thank you so much.